Renee Hahn, your Naples Real Estate Expert. This video is part of a series I call Naples Revealed, where we explore all the various aspects of Naples, Florida living. Be sure to subscribe below to keep up to date on new videos to help familiarize yourself with the Naples area. And of course, reach out anytime if I can be of assistance to you on your journey to explore Naples living. The glorious sunshine-filled life of Naples. Beaches, luxury homes, friendly neighbors, and of course, the always interesting homeowner association rules. It's really a love-hate relationship with HOAs. While we all love the idea of living in a well-kept community, sometimes the rules can feel a little, strict. But fear not, my soon-to-be Naples neighbors, I'm here to break down the most common HOA restrictions you might encounter. And we'll get through it together. From pets to trucks to how tall you can make your mailbox, HOAs have rules on just about everything. So buckle up, because we're about to dive into the real wild world of Naples HOA restrictions, and I promise to try to keep it light and fun. Now keep in mind, not every community in Naples has an association. Many don't, but there's a strong majority of them that do, and oftentimes they are very popular communities. So it's a little bit of a way of life, if you will. Now, the most expensive communities in Naples actually don't have gates or associations, so it's not a matter of money, it's just a matter of style and how the developer set it up. Let's start with the first one, pets. We love them, but your HOA might not have the same level of love, we'll say. Let's start with these furry friends. Naples is a pretty pet-friendly place overall, but HOAs can have some specific rules about what kind of pets you can have and how many. Spoiler alert, if you've got a Great Dane or a German Shepherd, you might need to double check the fine print. Size matters. Many HOAs in Naples allow pets, except condos. There's a lot of condos that don't, but size and breed restrictions are common. If you're bringing your dog, be prepared to see rules like dogs under 30 pounds or a ban on certain breeds. And let's be honest, no one wants to be the one who has to tell their Rottweiler they need to lose 50 pounds to fit in. Some communities allow you to have 1 or 2 pets maximum. So if you're dreaming of starting your own zoo or you have more cats than a pet shelter, be sure to check the restrictions before you, not just before you move in, but before you make an offer or before you follow through with the contract. When it comes to leashes and cleanup, it's also not uncommon for HOAs to require pets to be leashed at all times in common areas and for the owners to pick up their presents left by that little Fido. There's no faster way to get on your neighbor's bad side than leaving a little surprise in their yard. Fun fact for you, according to the Naples Humane Society, 47% of Naples households own a pet. But not all communities are as welcoming to the 4-legged members of the family, so always check with the HOA first before making any final decisions. One other thing about pets is even if a community allows the owner, the homeowner, to have a pet, sometimes they will restrict it for pets with renters, so also be aware of that. And I want to plug in here before I go to the next topic related to HOAs. Your HOAs are governed by the owners. So the owners were part of putting these rules together, overseeing these rules, enforcing them, and managing them. So if there's something somebody doesn't like, it's really about getting the owners to come together to discuss whether a change is justified or warranted. It's not some other entity that's doing it to you. These are all self-inflicted wounds or rules, if you will. All right, number 2, rentals. If you're wanting to make some extra cash, not so fast. You got plans to turn your Naples home into an Airbnb cash cow? Well, before you start snapping those Instagram-worthy listing photos, you might want to read up on the HOA rules around rentals. Some associations treat short-term rentals like an alien invasion. Definitely not welcome. And most HOAs in Naples will have strict guidelines on rentals in terms of how often You can rent them, and the minimum lease length. The most common is between 30 to 90 days minimum for a lease, and most common is 3 to 4 times a year. In other words, if you're hoping to rent your place out for long weekends to some out-of-towners, you might be out of luck. I already talked about the number of rentals per year can also be restricted, and most common is 3 to 4, sometimes 2. There's a few that have 1. This is the HOA's way of ensuring that the neighborhood maintains a residential feel rather than turning into a revolving door of vacationers who, let's be honest, are usually louder and maybe even less likely to take out the trash on time. So when you're thinking about rentals, there are some areas that are more advantageous to income generating properties. They're going to be places like Naples Park as one obvious example, where you can rent out as frequently as you want and for as short of leases as you want. So the Airbnb would definitely work. And there are those pockets of activity. And it's a trade-off, right? We talk about the pluses and minuses of HOAs, and there's a whole nother video on that. All right, area number 3, the approval process. Because don't forget, many HOAs require that you get renters approved before you hand over the keys. Yes, even guests might need to be vetted by your association, because why not make a process a little more fun, right? I'll get another fun fact for you. Naples has seen a 30% increase in rental property demand over the past handful, probably up to 3 to 5 years. So if you're looking to rent out your place, be sure you stay within your HOA guidelines, or you could risk some serious fines. Another area, because this is actually 3, I misspoke when I called the other one 3, which was still part of the rental, and this involves trucks and commercial vehicles. Sorry, but park your pickup elsewhere. Got a truck or maybe even a work van plastered with your beautiful business logo? Well, in Naples, your HOA might have a thing or two to say about that. For some reason, certain associations have a deep-seated fear of pickups, as if parking one in the driveway might disrupt the luxury vibe. Believe it or not, some HOAs straight up ban trucks from being parked in driveways overnight, even if it's the family vehicle. I guess they're worried about your Ford F-150 might look as sophisticated as the next neighbor's Mercedes. I don't know. When it comes to commercial vehicle restrictions, if you own a business and you drive a company car or a van, you might run into restrictions too. Many HOAs prohibit commercial vehicles altogether from being parked in view, meaning they need to be kept in the garage or hidden away like some kind of mechanical shame. The logic, well, they want to keep the community looking residential. Personally, I think they're just trying to dodge getting a coupon for lawn services tucked under the windshield wiper. Now, there's exceptions to everything. Some HOAs will make exception for smaller trucks or allow vehicles to park in guest spots temporarily. But as with most HOA rules, always check before you buy, because fines can range from anywhere from 100 up to 1,000 plus, depending on how strict the board is feeling that day. Area number 4, architectural rules. For your house, there are rules. Ready to make your dream home even dreamier? Well, hold on. Whether it's building a new pergola or painting your front door a bold shade of turquoise, the HOA will likely want to give you an approval and a thumbs up, or maybe even the occasional dreaded thumbs down. I had this happen once with my first home in Naples, in fact. It's a wonderful community. We loved living there. But when I picked my first exterior color, I was told that it was much too different than the rest of the neighborhood, and it wasn't anything really, really crazy. It was a little shave of a khaki color, if you will. So most HOAs will have an architectural review board that has to approve any changes to the exterior of your home. That means if you're thinking about adding a fence, new landscaping, or changing your roofing material, you're going to need permission first. Want a bright red front door? Well, better ask the ARB first. Naples likes its curb appeal, and they're not afraid to enforce it. Want to add a shed, screened lanai, or a pool? You'll likely have to follow strict guidelines on height, size, and even color. Think of it as playing builder bingo. Just make sure you check all the right boxes. When it comes to fences and lawn, even small projects like adding a fence or planting a new tree are subject to approval. HOAs often have rules regarding the fence height, material, and placement. And lawns, oh, they care. Expect guidelines on grass type, height, and even how often you can water your grass. Here's another fun fact for you. The Naples Pier and Artis, Naples buildings, had to go through the city's strict architectural review process before being approved. So you're in good company. If you're waiting on an ARB to greenlight your social project, others are too. And one thing to keep in mind with this stuff is there are some things that may not be written as hard, fast rules, but may need to go through the process. And oftentimes you're going to have to submit plans, samples, provide proof of insurance by your contractor. But remember, these things are all good intentioned. So embrace the rules, love the lifestyle. Okay, so HOA rules can seem a bit over the top at times, but they're here to help maintain the beauty and property values of the community. Plus, they do keep things looking neat, clean, and even serene. And let's face it, we all love Naples for its luxury, laid-back vibes. So a little truck parking restriction or an ARB approval, it's really a small price to pay, right? So whether you've got a pet, a pickup truck, or plans to Airbnb your place, or even just paint your front door a neon green, just make sure you're in the know when it comes to your community's rules. And remember, no matter how many restrictions your HOA has, Naples is still a paradise of sun, fun, and beautiful homes that make it all worthwhile. As always, if you need any help navigating the wild world of HOAs, just give me a call. Renee Hahn, your Naples Real Estate Expert. You can always find me at yournaplesexpert.com. Just don't ask if you can park your truck in my driveway. My HOA is watching too. So there you go. Should give you some good information on homeowners, lighthearted yet informative, as we looked into HOA restrictions while still highlighting Naples charms. Let me know if you'd like anything more. And I do hope that you'll join me on the next Naples Revealed, where we'll tackle another topic related to what life is like here in Naples. Thank you and have a fabulous day. Okay, this is a late game, quick edit to the video that I already recorded about associations and some of the pain points. I'm so pleased to share that in 2024, some changes were made at the Florida level to broaden the coverage for personal vehicles in driveways. So I'm pleased to share. You'll want to contact an attorney if you have questions on this for more specifics. But trucks aren't necessarily prohibited anymore from communities. So they've made some changes with the 720 statute that now allows for, or really prevents, associations from being able to restrict most types of personal trucks. So just wanted to share that. I'm tagging it on to the end of the video because that is a recent update. And since I did call out that trucks is one of the areas that may be restricted in the associations, I wanted to make sure to tell you there is updated new information. Thanks and have a great day.